I recently did this poll on my Instagram story asking in a combo round of a competition how many steps should be allowed. Now, I was really surprised by the results of this, and I just want to make this video, have a little conversation about it, give my side and what I think it should be, and then hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. First off, the results of that poll was 32% of people saying one step is fine, 24% saying no steps, and 44% of people saying two or less steps is acceptable. When I first saw the results of this, I was kind of shocked. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Maybe people aren't understanding what I'm asking. Maybe they're thinking I'm talking about lines, not specifically a combo round, or maybe they're counting steps different than me. Now I'm going to go over each one of these things, but first off, we're just going to take these numbers at face value, assuming everyone is thinking the way that I'm thinking. Now, when I'm talking about steps, I'm not counting the landing steps. So, for example, if you land on 2 feet, then take one step afterwards, that is one additional step. That's not 2 steps because you landed on 2 feet. Now, if you land on 1 foot, then transition to another step. I don't count that as additional steps. I still count that as your landing step. So you basically have 2 footfalls to land a move. Anything past those 2 footfalls then counts as steps. Just to briefly show 2 examples of what I'm talking about, this is an example of an extra step. Now, Sean starts out with the side pre, he takes no steps, goes into the lazy, but here he lands on both feet, then takes one additional step right here to go into this wall full. That would be one additional step. Here's an example of using your landing steps as momentum. I do not count these as steps. I count this as landing. Now he comes up, he does the tack Kong side, lands 2 feet, no steps. Then he goes 1, 2. Those are landing steps. He hasn't taken any extra steps because he's using his feet to land, gain momentum, then immediately go into the next move. I would not count those as steps. Let me know if you guys agree on how I count steps. Now, I'm open to being wrong, but logically, I don't see how you could count them any other way. Now, let's talk about the next thing that maybe people were a little bit confused about. We are talking specifically about a combo round. This is not a line. This isn't put a line together and show us what you got. This is a combo round. Now, I think a lot of people might have breezed over that when reading the question. I only care right now about combo round. Now, the way that I define a combo versus a line is, to me, a combo is linked together with no steps. That's it, period, end of story. Not with a few steps. That then turns into a line. A line would be a series of combos linked together with the fewest steps possible. Again, let me know if you agree or disagree, but that's the way that I see it. And in my opinion, that is the only way to really differentiate a combo round from a line round from a big trick round. And I think it does it very well. Each round has its own place, has its own kind of meta to it, right? You have your combo where you're trying to do the hardest tricks that you can do, but you have to link them together without taking any steps. Those steps can act as a crutch, can give you a little bit of time to think. That means you still have big trick round where you don't have to worry about anything but the hardest thing you can possibly do. The combos are inevitably going to be a bit easier than the big tricks because you have to link two together plyometrically without steps. Now, obviously, this also separates it from the line round where you're trying to link a number of combos together. That means the difficulty is probably going to decrease. You still want bangers, obviously, but the difficulty is going to decrease where what's going to increase is that flow aspect, trying to link it together as smooth and as well as you possibly can. And to me, I think that makes for a really, really interesting competition. And I know this is what SPO was attempting to do, and I think they did a really good job of it. But I think in the next event, it would be enhanced a bit more by just saying no steps whatsoever, giving it that harsh rule. Hey, if you take a step, your combo doesn't count, or it's basically not going to place. I think that would make it a little bit more exciting and really make that big differentiation between the line round and the big trick round. All right, guys, thanks for hearing me out. Let me know what you have to say. Let me know what you think. Don't be afraid to share your opinion. I want to hear it because I could be 100% wrong on this. Maybe the community thinks completely different than me. Who knows? Say what you have to say in the comments below. Also, what should I put in the background if I make videos like this again? Obviously, I put the Beast Ellis Torhall in the background because, in my opinion, he's the best in the world right now, or at least one of the best in the world. But to me, he's the best, so I put him back there just to have some entertainment aside from listening to me on a black screen, I guess. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll see you in the next one.